How much do you have in common with the average farmer? More than you may think. In fact, the insecticide in many of today's commonly used household bug sprays are also found on farms across the country. TWILA's Karl Wiggers shows us how these pesticides are critical to the farmers who provide us with our food and fiber every day.
In Louisiana, we know a thing or two about bugs. They find their way into every part of our lives. And whether you pay a professional or do it yourself, you probably have some form of pest control at home. Farmers fight the same pests, just on a much larger scale, using basically the same thing that we use here at home.
So insecticides are going to be a class of chemistry that's widely used on farm as well as in the home and pretty much in all aspects of our daily life.
Sebe Brown is an entomologist at the LSU Ag Center. He works with insecticides like this daily, making sure that the product he recommends to his farmers are safe and effective.
So pyrethroids are extremely safe for mammals. And so like you and I, for most pets, we can use them in the environment, we can use them around our homes, and they're very safe to birds, a lot of other organisms in the environment, and so that's why they're so prolifically used, is that they have such a safety margin that can be used in just about every aspect of our lives.
Key to these pesticides remaining safe is the way that they are used. Following the label's instructions and the recommendations of the LSU Ag Center is foundational for West Baton Rouge farmer Donald Scheck-Snyder.
As a farming community, we want the ideal amount, and that's what our universities do. And so good. They test the chemicals, know what the optimum amount is, and that's what we spray.
It's important for Scheck-Snyder to use these pesticides properly for safety reasons, but also to be efficient and economical.
Maybe homeowners may use twice as much fertilizer in their yard, and it does great. Well, when you multiply that by hundreds and thousands of acres, it can get really expensive, $10,000, hundreds of thousands of dollars extra somebody spending. That could go in their pocket at the end of the year and it's to send their kids to school and groceries or whatever.
It may not be a big deal in our homes, but pesticide use seems to attract a lot of discussion when it comes to our food. But as farmers prepare for another crop, these pesticides are simply another tool allowing that farmer to put affordable food on your table.
We can't feed the billions of people that are in the world without the use of pesticides. It's just not feasible, it's not going to be possible. And so we need every tool we have in our arsenal. Now it needs to be safe for the environment and safe for the consumer, and that's what these new pesticides are, is they're safe for the environment and they're safe for the consumer. And so without those, we're not going to be able to affordably provide food to the rest of the world.
The EPA is constantly taking closer looks at pesticides like these pyrethroids to make sure that they're still the safest option for us and our environment. This process is known as a registration of a product or a class of products, and that's a process in which you can participate. Kim Pope is the LSU Ag Center Pesticide Safety Education Coordinator. She explains the importance of making comments to the EPA.
Truly comment and make sound comments, things that make sense, why this impacts you and where does it hit your bottom line and how this product or whatever regulation, we don't have to do this for just pyrethroids. I mean, anytime something comes up in the federal registry that will impact the way you do business and impact you and your pocketbook, it's very important to comment and make sound comments that make sense and explain the economics behind it and how it will impact the way you do business.
The comment period for pyrethroids ended in January, but with all the excitement around the current change in administration, there's a chance that it could be extended. We'll be sure to let you know if that happens, and the best place to do that is on our website at twilatv.org. And Avery, I've grown up around it my whole life. It's one thing farmers have fought from day one is insects and pests in general, and that's one thing that we're lucky to have an EPA. Sometimes we complain about it and we don't like it, but we're lucky to have EPA to look at these things and make sure that they're still safe, because with technology changing, we can probably always be doing stuff safer.
And for your father's industry, for a long time, cotton industry, they had problems with the boll weevil. Now that we've eradicated the boll weevil here in Louisiana, we hope to keep it that way.
That's the goal, and that's what these researchers like Brown, they're working on doing the exact thing right there.
Okay, thank you very much, Karl Wiggers.